Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to part 20 of Let's Play Dragon Age Origins Awakening, where we are, well, we're getting close to the end. We failed Vigil's Keep, but I didn't fail Amaranthine. Alek is, probably feeling a bit of a burden when he finds out the Keep's fallen. Because he hasn't actually found out the Keep's fallen yet. But, I guess when we do find out, it's going to be pretty traumatic for him. He built that up, and he assumed it would stand. And to be honest, I assumed it would stand. Well, actually, let's quickly check the player profile, because there's a few of these I haven't checked. Amaranth's Lance Hope. Okay, so we got that recently as well. So it looks like the only one we didn't get was Save the Vigil as well. There is a way to save both of them, but I think I fucked it up with my early decision. But oh well. We can't be perfect. Anything that demands perfection, it isn't going to work. Now, I'm assuming these are for the final encounter against the Mother, which shouldn't take too long. I think the Mother will probably be a very anticlimactic fight for us, given how powerful we are as a team already. Look, it's not like we need. Like, we are... I don't think these equipment are going to help, like, any of these upgrades are going to help, like, you know, help us. So I'm not even going to worry about them. An armored ogre. Somehow not as annoying as these old shit. Yep, they do that. I mean, I don't take any damage, this just puts me out of commission for a minute or two. Which I'd say is the bigger problem. Let's low blow everyone as well, there we go. That should keep them off me at the very least. Alright. Bye-bye, big guy. Hey, it wasn't me who got hit by that for a change. Oh. Oh, you've got to be fucking with me. I am literally down here now. Well, guys, I'm leaving. I'll see you guys later. It's okay. Don't worry about me. There we go. By the way, if any of you are wondering why I knew that would work, why I knew doing that would work, it's because I have played enough Dragon Age to know that if you go out of bounds, and the game will look at you like, the fuck did you do? And then all you need to do is just fuck off in a random direction. The game will fix it. The game will be like, hang on a second, you're not meant to go that way. Fucking go back the way you're meant to go. Yeah, Dragon Age seems to be, I don't know why, it just seems to be one of the few things that not many people have ever noticed because they've luckily never needed to notice, but just the game seems to do its absolute utmost to keep you from pissing about, well, keep you from going, you know, too far away. Like, falling off, stuff like that. It's like doing stuff that shouldn't happen. The game is I don't know if anyone else experiences, but every experience I've had, the game always seems to do a really good job of keeping you where you're meant to be. So I must admit, Inquisition is kind of a bit of a different story, because Inquisition is you can jump. Adding the ability to jump definitely made it harder for them, but instead they just put really twattish enemies, and you don't want to go that way anyway, so. Like when you first play through the game and you're in the Red Cliff lands, they do some really good stuff to make you not want to go back there anytime soon. And it's stuff that, you know, you can, if you do finish, you get like loot from. So it's, I mean, obviously you've got absolutely no chance of doing it, but still. I will get to show you guys soon, because we will be getting, like, Dragon Age 2 should take as long to finish. apparently I wasn't actually hitting him at all. That was weird. Can someone, you know, save me? No? Okay, I'm fine. I'm okay with this. I mean, I'm not taking any damage, so I guess I guess I can be okay with that. Hopefully, the architect doesn't fuck with us, because if he does, I'm going to be very, very sad. Okay, we're not going to get into that chest, which is a big shame. Yep. Oh, it's always a big shame when you can't get everything done that you want to get done. So I'm pretty sure that has the last crystal in it. Oh, okay, no, we're missing 2. Well, we don't need it. Let's go. We will kill the mother. There she is. God, she looks fucking ugly, doesn't she, guys? Let's go say hello.
Now the pieces fall into place. The Grey Warden comes, the instrument of the Father. Oh, and the Father, he is but a shadow. Oh, how my children protect me. How they love me.
I have told you many times, Mother. I am not the Father. I am simply the Architect.
It does not change what you are. You took away that beautiful music, left us with nothing.
It was a mistake to free you. It has left you with madness. I am truly sorry.
What is done is done. The mother is a horror, must die.
But perhaps the Warden would like to hear how it was that the Father began the Blight. You want the source of the Archdemon? The one who brought all our kind to the surface? Here he is!
Well, paint me green and call me a turnip.
Ah, there it is then. Unfortunate. I did find the old god, Athemiel, but I did not wish another Blight. I attempted my joining ritual. My hope was that this would free all Darkspawn, unravel the curse from its source. Alas, I was unlucky.
Do you even think about the repercussions of your actions?
It is not the way of the Grey Wardens to do what must be done. In the name of combating the Blight. The Blight is a menace, both for your people and for mine. To end it requires sacrifice and risk.
And how lonely the Father was. How terrible to be the outcast, the outsider. He claims he wishes the Darkspawn to be free, but what he truly wants is to correct them.
However you feel about what I have done, the Mother is mad. She cannot be allowed to...
Begone, Shadow! You can't harm the Mother any more than you already have. And now the hero is alone. Oh, the Mother knows your ways. You will not let her be, no, not after what she's done. So it must end. It all must come crashing down! Perhaps we will hear the song again when we die. Oh, let it come. Let it come.
As usual, always ugly underneath the surface. Yeah, she is actually pretty powerful. I forget how powerful she is. I can't believe I may need tactical view for this. Okay. And Anders, stop using all your fucking magic. Clear that. Clear that. Clear that. Clear that. Okay. Actually, no. Fuck that as well. Fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that. There we go. Just heal. Okay. Take a potion. Take a potion. Take a potion.
Where'd one go?
Okay, we've got to get rid of the grubs. The giant tentacles can wait. The grubs need to go first. Do you know what? I've got a great idea. The only problem with my great idea is it may kill all my allies. I mean, is it not a time like this where I should set everyone on fire? Why have I not dragged that onto your fucking hotbar yet? There we go. You may want to use that. You don't need to yet. I'm going to try and combat the mother. Actually not. Let's focus them down the tentacles. Heal up. You know, even I should probably heal up. Okay, there we go. Now that the Tempest is over, we've got a little, we'll get rid of the little grubs. Don't I also have Blizzard? I'm gonna focus Blizzard solely on her. She resisted it, but she still takes damage. Okay, Ogren. Okay, we're Ogren. Oh, Ogren's gone mental. Understandable. Okay, while we deal with the grubs. Okay, Ogren, when you decided not to be mental, I'll fix you. You may want to use a potent potion to make you have some semblance of spare magic. What's this? Let's keep healed, bud.
I've got a dagger with your name on it.
Unfortunately, ladies and gentlemen, that was a little bit of a crash. Let's just get straight back into it. I'm not gonna, we're not gonna preamble. We'll just get straight into the conversation. We've got a quick save. We'll hope the fight doesn't become a problem again.
It was a mistake. My hope was that...
Okay, let's do this. Everyone focus down the tentacle. My goal this time is to focus down the tentacles to try and get rid of them a little bit quicker. Anders, we need to absolutely just clear off anything that doesn't have to do with fucking healing. Then give you a potent lyrium potion. And we need to make sure we get rid of the grubs. Hey, Alek, go there. Oh, stunning every creature. Drops may be an issue, so you know what, Anders? Blizzard is not going to be the best thing to do. Best thing to do would do that. Drink yourself a potion, lad. Also, what's that ability that makes you go fucking insane? Is it Reaving Storm? Yes, it is. Clear that. It's not going to do him any good if we have that on. Okay. Out of the fire, that's where you need to be. I'm going to need to re-put the potion on for her. Oh shit. Whoops. Yeah, you're gonna have to revive her on that one, unfortunately. Let's give you a superior healing, potent healing, greater healing, and a healing. Damn it, she went down again. Okay. We can survive this. It is not a problem. I've just realised I haven't gone berserk yet, so that probably could have helped. Take another potion. Okay, just gonna have a quick. Can you use Blizzard, but only so it'll affect her?
Okay. Yes.
There we go. You may want to heal all again. You know, just a suggestion. I don't know what's happened to the mother, but she seems to have turned away in a way that I can't actually get to her. Ogren, get yourself a potion. Get the group heals. You know, Ogren, go for it. Oh, I'm out of the fucking map. Okay. We may have to reload again. It may actually prove to be near impossible to to do this. Okay, so wait a minute, I've got an idea. Drink a health poultice. Okay, so this time it won't let me come back into the map. Yeah, we are. Alek's officially fucked, really. Like, he's fallen out of the map twice.
Point me at it.
Get in, drink it. Come on. God. Damn it. Come on. this point, I am very limited in the spells I can cast, which is obviously quite amusing. Sod it, Blizzard. After the death of the mother, the remaining Darkspawn forces scattered and fled back into the Deep Road. The raids on Amaranthine came to an abrupt end. The Architect apparently kept his word, gathering his remaining disciples to follow the rest of their kind back underground. Those Grey Wardens of other nations were appalled to hear the Architect's continued existence, but were unable to track him down despite years of efforts. Some within the Order have claimed that the Architect's several survival guarantees another blight, and yet Deep Roads have been quieter than any you can recall. Most have resignedly decided that it is now in the Maker's hands. Words of the Grey One's heroic salvation of Amaranthine spread like wildfire. When the magnitude of the loss at Vigil's Keep came to light, sympathy drove generous donations from all over Ferelden to the region's coffers. Amaranthine was restored to her former glory within a year, Vigil's Keep in 5. Because of the Warden's support for law and order in Amaranthine, Constable Aiden and his men were able to distribute the smugglers' goods to the battered survivors in the grueling days that followed the Darkspawn defeat. The Darkspawn messenger, set free after joining the Wardens in Battle of Amaranthine, struck out on his own. The city soon buzzed with stories of a cloaked but lisping figure who aided travelers in danger. At the same time, reports of isolated cases of the Darkspawn disease emerged. No one connected the two. Although the war devastated many farms in the Isling, all agreed the loss would have been greater without the soldiers for protection. The farm order developed a certain reverence for the Warden-Commander, as well as an ongoing reliance on the Grey Wardens for order and protection. Dirk, one of the pranksters behind the Blight Orphan scam, was fortunate enough to survive the Battle of Amaranthine. The unconditional generosity of the Blight Orphans' mysterious benefactor inspired him to establish a legitimate charity dedicated to a children's orphanage in the attacks. His sweetheart, Melis, eventually bore him 2 rascals. Vigil's Keep stood alone against the horde of Darkspawn. The Mother's force outnumbered the Vigil's defended many times over, but the sturdy dwarven walls proved impervious to any boulder an ogre could throw. The Vigil soldier, clad in silverite, each felled a dozen Darkspawn before they died. The Vigil held 1 night, then 2, then a week. Eventually, the attacking horde broke upon their walls. The Keep developed an almost mythic reputation, the few survivors immortalized in song and legend. Peace allowed the Wardens to replenish their numbers soon. Vigil's Keep bore a capable army with Wardens at its core. From their ranks emerged new heroes to challenge threats to Amaranthine and all Ferelden. Through taxes and levies, the Vigil was rebuilt. Years later, Valdric Glanovac stood at the battlements and pronounced that the defences were acceptable. He would never speak more highly of any human engineering. Dark whispers of conspiracy against the Wardens fell south after rash accidents and disappearance culminated in their apparent suicide of Ban Esmeralda. The nobles of Amaranthine remained dutiful. Some even suggest they were cowed into submission. Among the many legends of the Vigil spawned was one of the great heroes of the next age, a shepherd turned soldier by the name of Sir Alek the Valiant, who eventually founded an order of knights that lasted for 1,000 years. The commander's blade, Vigilance, crafted from the bones of an ancient dragon, was boldly stolen by Antivan crows. The blade changed hand many times thereafter, with some master swordsmen pursuing the weapon for their entire lives. Some claim that this legendary blade had a life of its own and that the power is steadily growing. Dworkin Glavonak further refined his lyrium sound explosive, but left the Wardens employed after Quinari mercenaries tried to assassinate him. Although the Dwarven bombardier took his secrets with him, they learned he left clues for others to follow in his footsteps. The Vigil soldiers, wearing the distinctive silverite armor that Master Wade crafted, came to be known as the Silver Order under the tutelage of the Wardens. The Silver Order developed into one of Ferelden's most revered military forces, a lasting memories of the Vigil's famous commander. With Velena and the Architect gone from the region, the Pilgrim's Path began to see traffic again. The massacre of the militiamen and the merchants, however, led to hostilities between neighbouring human settlements and any Dalish clans that passed by. One human villager soon kidnapped and murdered a Dalish child. The clans reacted by giving the Wending Wood a wide berth, but both sides knew that at some point the elves will return for revenge. A few years after Caerhol was emptied of Darkspawn, Orzammar began sending expeditions to rediscover the knowledge of smithing that had been lost within the Taig. Eventually, House Helmi decided that Caerhol was too important to be abandoned. As a tremendous cost of dwarven lives, they cleared the tunnels leading to Caerhol of all Darkspawn, making the road between Orzammar and the fortress safe again. Caerhol was reclaimed for Orzammar once and for all. As promised, Voldrak and Dwoken presented Orzammar's safe shaper with a stone marker that told of Caerhol's castles had taken up arms against Darkspawn. The commander of the Grey was invited to Orzammar as a guest of honour for a feast commemorating the defenders of Caerhol. The shaper read the names of the castles off the marker, then presided over a ceremony to return them to stone as befitted warriors of their statue. In the time, the island began to forget the tales of apparitions in the Black Marsh, and ever so slowly settlers drifted into the region. Scholars said the Vale was still thin and thus the area still dangerous, but the people only cared that there was no longer frightened whispers in the shadows. The village was slowly rebuilt. Twice the Baroness mansion was rebuilt and occupied, once by a wealthy merchant and another by an Elysian mage. Both died mysteriously. Afterwards, the mansion was torn down completely and the site left untouched. Anders remained with the Grey Wardens for a few years longer, training with the Order's next generation of mages, but when the Circle Tower called him to deliver a lecture on nature of the Architect, much to the Templar's dismay, Anders told the commander of the Grey that his time with the Wardens was over. Now that Anders was no longer a Warden, the Templars declared him apostate and began a search. Closest they came to finding him was a rumour that he joined a crew of merchant ship with a certain female captain. When the walls of Vigil's Keep were breached, the surviving defenders watched in horror as a section of stone collapsed upon Velena. When the rubble was later cleared, however, there was no body. Velena was just gone. Nathaniel managed to survive the Battle of Vigil's Keep, leading a spirited defence in the last minutes to protect his family's home. Frosty impressed many of his fellow soldiers, who hoisted him to their shoulders and paraded him around the courtyard when the battle was done. Over the next years, Nathaniel dedicated himself to the Order and to clearing the blemishes of his family name. After saving Fergus Cousland from a bandit attack, a portrait of Aranthine was returned to the house. Nathaniel passed the holding to Delilah's son, and when a new castle was eventually built there, a statue of Nathaniel was erected in its courtyard. Justice fought valiantly after the battle at the Battle of Vigil's Keep, but before the battle horn sounded, a Darkspawn sword removed Kristoff's head. It was, of course, unclear whether the spirit of justice perished or simply departed. At the least, Kristoff's wife Aurora was finally able to claim her husband's ashes. With the mother dead, Sigrun seemed to lose her purpose. She withdrew from her friends in the Order and spoke to them less and less each day. One morning, Sigrun was simply absent. Her bed made and her trunk emptied. A young recruit who had been up in the night said she had left for her calling, gone to finish what she started in Caerhol. Ogren continued to regale young Warden recruits with the tales of his prowess in both battle and bed. His drinking games prompted at least one recruit to declare that she'd rather reattempt the joining than lift another mug. Felsi returned to the keep several times to see Ogren, usually bringing the toddler as well. Ogren's inability to act seriously warned her, however, and her visits dwindled, then stopped altogether. If Ogren missed her or his child, he never showed it. As for the Saviour of Ferelden, he did not remain as commander of the Grey for long. The Darkspawn were no longer a real concern. The Blight wasn't truly over. It was time for him to move on. Some claim that the commander headed west into Orlais, chasing after the dark-haired sorceress who had fought alongside him during the Blight. Whether he found her or not, he certainly did not return to Vigil's Keep. And that is Awakening. So we've still got Liliana's Song and the Golem of Amgarak, but I'm going to probably give it a few days and then we'll get to those. But I hope you guys have enjoyed. If you guys did enjoy, please do follow me on YouTube, follow me on Twitch, join the Discord, and in the next part, probably at the end of this week or maybe in a couple of days, depending on how I'm feeling tomorrow, really, will dictate when we do it. But yeah, like I said, I hope you guys do it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See you guys then.